I'm confident that most of you heard the quote, life happens while you're busy making plans. The older we get, the more apparent it becomes. Life is a way of distracting us, so much so, we sometimes make decisions that seem good at the time, but later come back to bite us. We can't do something we really want to do today because of a decision we made years ago. Can you relate? Exercising our Second Amendment right is no different. Hi, I'm Joe Yeager, certified instructor and founder of Executive Gun. With safe and responsible, gun ownership begins. It says that our right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. However, it's not that black and white. There are still conditions and restrictions that can infringe on your Second Amendment right, and you may not even know they apply to you. So today, I'm going to share 5 common and innocent practices many gun owners have, but aren't aware can strip them of their guns and their rights. Number 1, did you know that in Florida, you may legally have both a medical marijuana card and a concealed carry permit? However, even though marijuana is a legal substance in Florida, it is still illegal on a federal level. Federal laws trump state laws. That means that if you're a user of marijuana, even if prescribed by a doctor, you are prohibited from owning, carrying, purchasing, or handling firearm, period. So even if you don't carry a firearm in public and just have one for home defense and end up using it in self-defense, you would be in violation and could lose more than your rights. You could lose your freedom. Number 2, if you take medications that are also prescribed for mental and or cognitive conditions, even if you're not diagnosed with a mental illness, you may be at risk. If you use your firearm in self-defense while taking such medications, a prosecutor may use it against you even if it would have no impact on your ability to lawfully defend yourself. It's similar to the prohibition of carrying a firearm into an establishment whose primary purpose is serving alcohol, such as a bar. Even if they serve food, it is still prohibited to carry a firearm inside. So if you comply with the law, leave your gun in the car and go in to have a few drinks, then on your way home, have to use your firearm in self-defense, you can expect that the cops and prosecutor will use it against you. So if you're a gun owner who values your Second Amendment rights, be mindful when using medication, seeking a prescription, and certainly when indulging in alcohol. None of these go hand in hand with firearms. Number 3, welfare check. No, I don't mean the check you get in the mail from the government. Let me explain. Recently, a student called me with a crazy story. He was out for the evening, but when he returned home, there were several officers and EMTs waiting for him. He was shocked and confused, but remained calm and cooperative. When he inquired as to what the heck was going on, he was told that they received a call from a concerned family member saying that he was threatening to take his own life using his own gun. Granted, my student was going through a rough time back then. His guns were seized and he was taken to the hospital for a psychiatric evaluation to determine if he was indeed dangerous to himself. He was found clear and released. However, to get his guns back will be a long administrative process that may take 12 to 18 months. Can you believe this BS? We all go through rough times. Sometimes we need to vent to friends or family about what's going on in our lives. It's such an innocent thing to do, but your friends and family may feel they cannot take the chance that you'll get over it and may call law enforcement to perform a welfare check. The officers at the scene cannot take the chance of leaving firearms in your possession and must play it safe, or they will never hear the end of it from their superiors and the public. So be careful to whom you open up in what you share, or you stand to lose your guns and rights. Number 4, telling jokes. Telling jokes, be they dirty, violent, or clean, may seem innocent and funny at a time. However, you ought to consider and know your audience's social setting well enough to tell them. Not everyone may find your jokes funny. Someone may even find them offensive or concerning enough to escalate. And as you well know, getting offended nowadays is a national pastime. My student whose story I just told was at a family gathering. Someone made a suggestion and my student, in an attempt to be funny, responded with, "I'd rather blow my brains out than do that." Soon after, the cops are at his home, and you know the rest. Law enforcement and prosecutors are not the only ones who would use what you say against you. And number 5, idle threats. These days, you don't know who you're dealing with. We live in a litigious society where people can sue you or shoot you for looking at them the wrong way or offending their sensitive nature with what you believe is an innocent remark. So if you make idle threats, be they verbal such as "I'll kick your ass" or nonverbal such as pointing a finger in their face or giving them a finger accompanied by a nasty grimace, don't be surprised if the cops show up at your door with a warrant for your arrest on the charge of assault based on video evidence taken by a bystander with too much time on their hands. Say goodbye to your guns and rights and hope your lawyer can minimize the damage. Look, I'm not here to judge or sell a moral compass. Just to remind you that we live in a day and age where discrimination against gun owners is right up there with race, religion, and political affiliation. So, as gun owners, we must learn not only to control our firearms, but even more so, our emotions, actions, and words. What we see as innocent and harmless no longer applies and can be twisted to make us look like lunatics who are a danger to society. Am I suggesting you live in fear, tell no jokes, and not socialize? Of course not. Just be more mindful when you do. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video right here. Train hard, often, and safely, and I'll see you at the range.